All right, guys, it's FOMC day today. See, we do have Star News this morning. Ah, shoot. $17 minutes. What is that? 9:45. Good morning, Ponzi. All right. So what do we still? Oh, we're so close to opening. We've got about 2 minutes left. Below level 25, we'll look for shorts, and above 45, we'll look for longs this morning. Then also maybe above below the 400 level too. If we get back below, well, shoot, that's a long ways way down. But hey, never know. Never know. Could still just be a choppy mess like it's been pretty much all week long. Just we kind of build up to the FOMC. Now this is a sim account, guys. I've been messing around with the gold, but I've only been doing it on sim account. could go to the bottom first. But the only thing I don't like about that bottom is right below that you have a lot of support right there. I'll just put that up here and we'll see what happens. So far it's just kind of open very mildly. I think today is just going to be another day of just being careful and just try not to damage your accounts too bad. That way you're not getting yourself dug in a hole. I'm hoping after today we'll get back to moving a little bit more normal. Put that on the 5-minute chart. Man, look how small this first 15-minute was this morning. It could just be straight trash today, guys. A lot of people don't even recommend trading until after Papa Powell gives his statement today. I mean, realistically, that's what I would... I mean, you could probably trade, but I'd recommend doing sim account or eval, not necessarily your funded accounts or maybe your cash accounts, unless you're just, I guess, pretty confident in your trading. It's just been super chopped, no good follow through the last couple days. Yeah, we need to get above 545, 546. Then we could possibly rip up. But we got to get above that. What is that? 7 to 6 points. So 14 up to 20. We got that session wick all the way down there at 546, so we could definitely run down there to take out that wick. Maybe we'll try that with 1 micro in a minute here. Let me change that just in case. Just in case. Yeah. So what you want to do is hit the 90, bounce back up into the 10 level or the 500, then maybe if I do this, it'll just be 1 micro. This is trying to maybe possibly take out that session low down at 456. All right, what was that? It hit the 95. I want to see that 10 hold. Well, we were our goal made up. Our goal hit our target. Oh, nice. The gold banged, trade banged. Last couple of days, we're up $730 on the gold. I wish I could have hit one target, then. Man. One micro. Looking for us to sweep those 456s. Really don't want to see us back above that 503 to 512 area. Kind of looking for that overnight low to get hit. I'm gonna go to break even on one of my contracts, and if it doesn't go, we'll still be in one contract because we can always add if it comes back up here. Damn it, I had my thing set in the wrong place. I was trying to get 10 points and I had it at 13. All right, we're still in this for one contract. I should have had my 10 on that. May not get that last target. We can always re-enter if it pushes way back up here or something, if we still feel like it's going to move down. What it is, we're targeting that 56, that session low. All right, so we got stopped out on the initial contract. Like I said, we're going to be super cautious today. There's your non-EMA retest bounce. I just don't see how we get that close and not run those 56s. We'll try one more time with a couple micros here. I don't think we're going to risk the full amount just because I still don't. The price action is super tough. So what are we in this for, like 40 or 50 bucks, I think. Well, we can move it up to 60 bucks. Oh, never mind. So it kind of still puts us in the red, like 25 bucks. It's super choppy, guys. That's why we're just trying to stay small. We're not trying to dig ourselves in a big hole or nothing. We were just thought we could get a couple micros, run her down to that session low. But Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I haven't had my chat up here. Okay, good. Nobody's chatting. Yeah, you're probably gonna get that target if you had a big enough stop loss. Didn't look like we are going to. I guess I didn't realize we had an inside bar here. Oh, did we miss the inside bar? We might have missed the inside bar this morning. Man. Oh, wait, never mind. What am I thinking? That's the... Not the inside bar. That was the 1 minute chart. think you have to be careful here just because you got the quite a few EMAs sitting here at the 510 and the 507 on the 5-minute. So. So if you're watching that 5-minute chart, you can see that the 21, the 50, and all that's just kind of stacked there on top of each other. To me, it looks like we're going to have to get above the, for longs to kind of take effect, we need to get back above that 48 level. We're at the 50% of the pullback right now. I hate when we get like within a couple points of that. Yeah, we may have to re-enter this. The follow through is horrible here, guys. Like the follow through is tough. We were going to try to add there at the bottom of that candle, but couldn't get it up there in time. Like I said, we're still targeting that 56, but we're going to take it off at the bottom of this here. Right at the bottom of these wicks here. And see if we can run that. Make a little another lower high, then maybe move back up again. All right, we're going to take at least a few points out of this in case it doesn't hit. Okay. Good job. It hit. Risking $60 of our profit here. May rip them down. Yeah. We're trying to sweep that London low where it goes a few points below it, then pops back up. See, I should have had that. Damn it. We missed the whole play there, guys. We just had to have a little bit more room for the push. Damn it. What that was kind of souping the London low. I haven't did that in a minute. I used to do those kind of plays quite a bit. I haven't done it in a minute. See if we get a pullback. I'd like to see a retest first. All right, there's your pullback. If the 9 didn't get it, let's see if the 20 gets it. Ah, I got stopped out. I thought we'd at least get a little 20 touch there. Good morning, Solo. What about you? How are your trading going with the options and the stocks? What stock are you trading today? Oh, you trade all of EMs. Sorry about that. I was focused on the chart, this 5-minute chart here. I'm about to have a new candle. Unfortunately, we could push all the way up to the 86.80 here. I hate that it's. I'll give it a couple more pushes. I probably won't risk no more than 5 to 10 points on this trade. Just. Just got to get through the 61s here. Okay. Like I said, we really wasn't going to sit through drawdown. It was either going to blast through or it was just going to come back and stop us out. Like I said, we're not trying to dig ourselves into a hole on FOMC day because the follow through has been horrible the last couple days. So that was just a $27 loss. And you still may get your 10 points, but like I said, today we're just being all week that we're just choosing to be super careful. The follow through has just been horrible this week, guys. What I was doing when I hit that wick, I was hoping that this wick here and this wick here would save us. But as you can see, this thing is already kind of yanking back. Because the 5 minute already failed, so that's why. All right, we're about to get a new 5 minute candle. You might get to push here. Oh, goodness. Here's a 15 minute, bottom of the 15 minute candle there, also at the 60s. Whew. Boy, FOMC has not let us down today, guys. Has not let us down. The only thing positive is we're up 117 bucks on an eval, but like I said, the funded trade didn't quite work out this morning. I was super cautious on it just because of where it was at in the leg, which was the low of the leg. So that's why we were super cautious with it. So we probably won't take any more funded trades. We'll probably just live with that negative $27. So we pretty much have been red every day this week on the fundeds, but we've been keeping our sizes super small. I think the biggest loss was like 90 bucks yesterday, but that's okay. I'd rather live with those small losses than just wreck your account just trying to get back some losses. And heck, I was just looking for 10 points. 10 points has just been crazy. Just trying to get 10 points. It's just been a straight battle. Okay, still ain't getting 10 points out of this, man. Come on. Just on the struggle bus. Oh, excuse me. We're like $20 in the red, methodical man. But 117 on the eval. We're just gonna go into the day with that $20 loss. What's up, Outer? How's your week been going, man? This price action's been tough all week. I've been red every day on my fundeds. It's been this FOMC rollover week tied together, man. I don't blame you. That's what we've been doing. If we can get a little trade, we will. But everything's been real quick break even. You know, if I take a loss, it's usually most of my losses, like today, it's only $27. I'm not going to take a trade on this because we took a $90 loss yesterday. So we're just going to leave that one be until FOMC's over. Maybe tomorrow we can get us a little trade and get back on the right track. Today we tried to get a little trade on our 25K with Bewley, but took a $27 loss. So I don't blame you. That's probably the smartest thing to do. I just try to find some little trades just because I'm streaming. There's the 10 points. Boy, you had to battle for those 10 points. Oh, yeah. It's been nasty wick day today. Yeah, we'll see what FOMC brings. We may get off for a little while, then come back at 2 o'clock for a little bit and just see what kind of crazy price action we have for Papa Powell. Yeah, this week right here, leading up to FOMC, was just about being safe with our accounts, at least our fundeds. Don't get me wrong, I have been a little aggressive with some evals, but as far as funded go, man, there's your 20 points. But it was already a failed 5-minute inside bar because of this wick here. See, it wicked above it, so... Oh, gee. Maybe we'll risk like $60 on a trade or something in a minute if we can find a entry. Uh, Man. I don't know if you can look for a long off the 400s. Are we going to tap those 400s? I don't know if we'll get there. Got some nice looking wicks off that 400 level. Yeah. I don't know. I may try a little 3 micro trade off that 400 level. Got 2 massive wicks right here plus a wick there. And it was yesterday's high level. So let's see. Probably get the first bounce around the 10 level is what it looks like. 12, somewhere in that area. Or actually, even that area, the 20, because that looks like the top of the 15-minute candle. I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get down that way. The NQ is in the middle of a 4-hour fair value gap. Does it look like it's trying to take out the bottom or the top? Oh, and that's the bottom of that 4-hour gap too? Woo! Maybe. I've noticed on some of these FOMC days, man, sometimes we just take out, I can't tell if that's another gap all the way back down at the 300 level. Yeah, I don't blame you. Especially since you're copy trading outer. That's a lot more on the line there if you're copy trading. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do it on my fundeds though. It depends what the price action looks like when it gets down there. And if we do take a trade, we're not going to risk no more than $60. So $60 will be our max loss. Either that or we'll do our eval and risk $60 of our profit this morning because we're up 120 or 117. So maybe we'll risk that profit and just not touch the fundeds again until tomorrow. Is that one of ICT's kind of rules, outer, is not trading on FOMC, or is that just something you don't do? Okay, he just this. Okay, suggests not trading before FOMC for new. Okay, it makes plenty of sense. This price action's tough, man. It's definitely a kick my butt this week. I've been just trying to use very just cautious like crazy on, especially with my fundeds. I'd rather just go and take a break even trade than. Papa, he says don't trade half a year. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know all of the no trades. I know the days that I don't like to trade is basically that I struggle with is like FOMC and rollover week. I feel like those have always been my hardest times to trade, especially rollover. Whenever rollover is involved, when the community is split, it's super tough to me. I'm hoping next Monday we get back to normal price action, that everybody's finally going to be over on the December contracts. The only thing about these moves where I struggle is I'm used to doing like breakout trading, and I'm used to that quick 5, 10, 15 points, where this right here, man, you got to sit through some chop just to get 10 points most of the time. Unless you're just lucky enough to buy at the right time. But almost every trade this week has been like a grinding trade. Nothing's been instantly. So like trend line breakouts, if you like doing that trend line breakout like on the 1 minutes where you're just looking for that quick 10 points and maybe a runner, that stuff this week has not worked at all. I think it's just going to be coffee time and watching charts, guys. Coffee time and watching charts. I think my next trade may be around the 400 if we get down that low. So we still need another 30 points. But you're thinking, hey, 30 points, it's not going to take that long. But man, 30 points could take us 30 more minutes of just sitting here watching the grind. Oh, goodness. Take that. I got my TV. I'm going to go grab a coffee, guys. I'll be back in like a few minutes. It don't take very long. Just like a minute or two. Whatever how long it takes the coffee machine to start up. It's pretty quick. We didn't move. All right, sorry about that. We didn't move at all. We're still in the same spot. Holy crap, guys. This is crazy. And it's probably going to be one of those type days where you consolidate 15, 20 minutes to the right, and then you kind of dump a little bit. It's kind of like where, you know, I point this out quite a bit, where, you know, you can draw your little box here and sideways dump real quick. You might get a 15, 20 point drop here, then consolidate again, another drop. So it's just one of those type of days. You can see it a little bit right here, but not much. So like, here's your box. So look, so we dropped from the 60s. We dropped about 20 to 20 something points. Then you kind of see what I mean. You drop 20 or something points out of the box, consolidate another 15, 20 minutes. Then, you know, that's kind of the price action that this is. All right, let's see if this gets us down to, I would think that we'd hit the 410s, 412, because if you look over to the left, it's the top of this 15-minute candle from yesterday. So you might possibly hit the 20s here out of this box here. I may consider a trade off the whole number here if we can get down that way, but I think it's still going to take a little bit to get down there. What makes this price action so dangerous if you can't control your emotions is where if you get red and you're trying to get it back. So that's where I've struggled in the past. Not as bad now, but in the past, it's like I can't live with that red day, and you try to get that red day back on this choppy mess, and you basically end up blowing your account up. Yeah, I may try it with the eval. What's up, Capital? How have you been lately? I don't know about the rest of you guys. I'm just ready to get through the FOMC meeting, so hopefully next week we can get back to some normal price action. Oh, you're good, man. We all have that in our life where, you know, we're busy with work, busy with life, and, you know, kids, if you got kids and all that stuff. Like after I get done with streaming, I'll probably be hanging out with my daughter if she decides to come over. Or I may even go to her house. I'll have to call and see what she's going to be doing. Yeah, so we're going to be red on the fundeds today, guys. So, like I said, we're just going to take that red and just move on to the next day of 27 bucks. We were positive on an eval, but it really, excuse me, it wasn't a setup. So, I don't know. Like I said, most time I don't really count evals. To me, only the fundeds are important. Last week was a good week. I think we made like $700-800 on our funded account, but this week we're in the red about what $160 total because we started the week at 3,025 or 36, something like that. I want to say 25, and now we're back down to 841. So we're down about $180 over the last 3 days. We had a 90-something dollar loss yesterday, and I want to say a $56 loss the day before or something like that. So that's where those losses came from, was over the last couple of days. What do we got here? Wait a minute, I'll take this. Whew. All right, it's getting toasty in here. This is our smallest bedroom, and this computer makes it so hot in here from just constantly blowing the hot air off the computer, so this room gets hot. That's kind of how I feel solo. Trying to have multiple streams of income. Like I said, we will try and bounce off the 400 here. We may even go in. risking $60 here. I gotta check my thing real quick. Yeah. I think there's that first bounce that we were talking about. Look about right there. Looks like we got another bounce there. So that's pretty normal on the push down, is it usually pops off that 10 level, the first hit, and then hopefully the next one you'll get that whole number. Sounds good, Solo. I don't know. What do y'all think? We build structure just down to the downside all day. Then once FOMC comes in, we're just going to pop. Man, I'd have much rather that been the 400 level here. Dude, how do we not take out this 4-hour gap? That 4-hour wick is sitting right at the 400s. Come on, nasty Nas. Give me the 400 with a nice bounce. Hopefully we can take this trade and just call it good for the morning. Maybe we'll come back, like I said, come back at 2 o'clock and watch Papa Powell speak today. Or 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock. Yeah. Just holding hands today, guys. Just holding hands. Sitting here hanging out. Hey, holding hands with the coffee. Here we go. Come on. Give us the 20-point push and the bounce back up. I want to see the push down to the hold number, then sell all the way back up to like the 40s to take out that 9 EMA. If we can hit there, then bounce back up to the 9 EMA, that'd be a nice 40-point trade. Because, you know, we've been riding that 9 EMA here on the 5-minute chart all the way down. And we could go all the way down. We have like an hour little breakout below. If you're watching the hourly chart, wait, this is the 1-minute chart. Like if we got short below the 70s and 80s. I don't know. I wish they had some 90% today and just do like a full port on the whatchamacallit, the FOMC interest rate decision today. So the key level for the ES is the 60s. Yeah, the FOMC gambling. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there going to do it, Outer. Have you seen what Methodical Man did on one of his? He did it on a funded account. He made $3,000 on one play, but now he has to make like $3,600 to get a payout. But once you make that much, I mean, really, you can, I guess, in a way, I guess it's not bad, even though you're gambling $150. But you don't have to worry about the drawdown following you no more. I don't make that kind of money to be gambling a funded account like that. The only time I've ever done anything like that is usually with the 90% off ones. Like if I can get one for like $14 or something like that. It would have to be a 90% off. Even now, a 25K is $25. Come on. The love of gambling. Yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't. I've only ever done maybe twice, maybe 3 times max since I've started trading where I've traded that type of news. I want to say the last time I done that, I usually don't do the news. It's the, I did the earnings one time, Outer. I want to say it was like Nvidia earnings or something like that. Ones where you get like a 100 or 200 point move. $10 points away. Let's see what happens here. That'll be the close of that 4-hour gap. All right, we're going to go to break even fairly quick on this too. No, don't pop the 3 level. Come on. Why is this thing being so shy? I don't know if I want to keep it on. I don't like whenever we get like 1 or 2 points away from where I'm trying to take a bounce at and it goes up 10 points already. We still got about 2 minutes left on this candle. We got about 1 minute left on this 5-minute candle. I'm hoping this next 5-minute candle can do a little wick down there off the 400s. Then maybe we pull back up to the 9 EMAs here. All right, 30 seconds left on this candle. Yeah, I really like that long off that 80 mark too myself, outer. I may try that with a eval with you. All right, come on, 5-minute candle. Get down there and wick it before you go back up to the 30s. Damn it. If it goes up there and touches those 30s, I don't think we're going to take this trade. I want to see this come back out and just tap the whole number here, then move back up. All right, we're going to go to break even fairly quick too, guys. So we want this to be a kind of a wick, then pull back here. I know, Solo. Trust me, that's what I was thinking a while ago. We hit like 403. Missed our freaking target by like 2 points. That's what made me nervous. If it doesn't hit it on this candle, I'm probably not even going to try it. I know. That's everybody's got long sitting at the 400s. It's so true there, Outer. So true. All right, so we could easily push back up to 45 here. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to stay in this one now. I don't like that. That was the move I was looking for. That was like the plan. We got hit in on the 400 or the 401. Then we pushed all the way back up to the 9 EMA. I don't know how much I trust the second push. So I think we're going to play it safe and stay out. That sucks. So we're going to miss probably the 400 play. Because that's how we want it to play out, just the way it's playing out right now. Damn it. So could get a push back up here to the 21 up at the 50, or definitely the 45. I can definitely see the 45 get hit here. Ugh. All right, if you're looking for the 50% pullback, that's a pullback to the 20s. Oh, playing out perfect. Perfect. We got about the 40% pullback there on the Fibonacci pull. You want to see around between that 40 and 50% pullback whenever you're pulling these big candles on the 5 minute, so you can kind of get an idea And when usually what it is, I like to see these areas hold. All right, I bet you here comes that 45. We're going to hit that 45, and we'll probably reject off that 45. Man, do you guys think this is going to be the bottom? We just move all the way back up for the rest of the day? I was like, I'm hoping after we take out this, maybe this 21 EMA here on the 5-minute chart. Man, if we get back above 40s here. Let me pull Fibonacci on this leg here. Let's see what this overall leg is. I don't know if that's the leg or if it's this whole. Looks like the whole thing, maybe. So that looked like you're almost pretty close to that 55 rejection that we were seeing. Or 45 rejection, 45. So this already kind of draws out your 50% mark. So this is why I said probably get a bounce at 45, and it looks like we pretty much almost hit it on the head. So this is where I was trying to take my long out of a while ago. You can see we're at the 60% low of this total move. And man, that was definitely the play if you got lucky enough to got in. I just missed it by a few points. And so all we can do is just sit there and watch. Yeah, pretty much 4 points. Right now the low is sitting at 403.50. Like you said, man, they know everybody had them buy orders sitting at 400. They didn't want to give them that easy 40 points back up. Oh my goodness. They knew. I mean, it's like there's probably so many buy orders sitting at 400, it was probably insane. They're like, no. So now what they're going to do is they'll take it back down. Everybody's still going to have their 400 there. And it's going to go down to that 380 that you're talking about if you look over to the left on the hour chart or the 4-hour chart. Then they're going to pop everybody for a 20-point loss. It's going to really suck if you're in heavy. So there's just no way I'm going to take that 400 on the second push. Look at that 45, guys. This Boom. 50% of the candle. Reverse. Could almost got 10 points there. A lot of times if we get above this 50%, we'll head back up to the highs, which that means we could push. And that would be in that area that you were looking for, Outer, back up towards that 470, 480 area. Yeah, what is it, 11:30? I'm pretty sure we won't take any more funded trades today. We're probably just going to live with this $27 loss we have. If we find another entry, it's probably... Now, the trade that I had on the mark for that 400, that was a funded trade. This was the funded trade setup that I was hoping for, that we could hit about 401, not even hit the 400. I was just trying to be a point or two above that 400 level. But it literally hit the 403s and just rejected and bounced up 45 points or 40 points. So, but like I said, I'm not going to take the second push because I feel like it could push through on this second push. The next resistance is down at 380, if I'm not mistaken. We can put it on the 4-hour chart, and I want to say it was the 380. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, man. Did it hit the top of that wick? No, it didn't. So that's what I was aiming for. If we push up, I can see that. Nope, that was at 2. I was trying to hit off the top of this 4-hour candle here. So we already hit that one. So now if you pull down to the next one, that's going to be that 80 area that Outer was mentioning in the chat there, where he was looking for long. So that's kind of where we were getting those targets at a while ago. Did we get another big bounce off the 400 here? The only way I would can trade back long, I would needed to see it hit the 80, then get back above the whole number. Then I may look for long if it does that type of price action. So that would be like my long setup. I won't take the 400 bounce here. I'm not saying it don't hit the 400 and go right back up, but I think I'm going to wait for that 80 to get hit. I like to see this candle push down between like 90 and 80, then push back above the whole number here. And if I do take it, it's probably just going to be an eval trade. I think my one trade setup that I was hoping for the fundeds was the one that we just missed. This is what I was talking about. I wanted my funded trade to be. I wanted to get tagged in around the 400 level and push back up into the 9 EMA and 21 EMA on the 5-minute chart, which didn't quite get the 47, but still would have been a really nice 40-point trade. So that for us to really sell off, you need the ES to lose the 60s level. So if you go over and look at your ES chart, we've been just pounding that 60 level, but we also got a low on the ES down at the 52 area. So we have not ran those lows from overnight with the ES. So this would make this a really good trade. If the ES could sell down, take out that low at 54, 52, then recover that 60, it could be straight up for the rest of the day until FOMC. Because that's a Manzini support level. If you kind of go back up here and look at the top of the chat here. Yeah, so basically he's just saying all noise. You need to see a fail of the 60 and, like I said, a dip down to the, which that might have happened overnight. That might have been his overnight trade in a way because it did kind of do that. But that's kind of what you're looking for. You want to see it dip below 60 here, then pull back and reclaim that 60. Then you could possibly look for longs the rest of the day. All right. Are we going to get the bounce here or is it just going to sell on through? Like I said, I'm not going to take a chance here. Every four I don't see how anybody, I mean, don't get me wrong, it still could work, but that second push, man, that second push is always scary. I think I would wait for the reclaim of 400 at this point. I'd want to see the 90 and 80 get hit and reclaim 400 for a possible long. Because the ES just lost their key level of 60. All right, let's see where that low is for the ES. 54 is the low for the ES. So basically, we just want to see a little swipe of 54 on the ES, then maybe reclaim that 60 to 66 for long. And that would be perfect. That's kind of what you're talking about for the trade setup that you're waiting on your paper setup, Outer. Because swipe those 80s, then look for long out of there. Back up to... that would be even a nice trade all the way back up there to the 50 EMA or something like that for the 5 minute. That'd be awesome. So that's kind of what we're going to wait on ourselves. But I think it's just going to be a eval trade. We're probably not going to do any more funded trades. My funded trade setup was here and we missed it. Okay, so you're looking for a short pretty much off of that 9 EMA on the 5 minute. Yeah, the ES needs to kind of run those 54s. Man, it's been a nice day to follow the 9 EMA down. Hopefully everyone protected their accounts today, guys. Or actually even all week. This is a week that you definitely want to protect your funded accounts. This is the week that you get chopped up. No good follow through. If you can get into the right area where we're just grinding in that area, it's okay. But man, you get down and you're trying to get back your losses. This is where you just get really wrecked. What is Methodical Man doing? Is he trying to... He's short? Yeah, I guess he was short. Got a little inside bar. Ooh, yes, just push back above 60. Did you get tagged in, Outer? Or did you get missed? It looks like it hit 24. I don't know if it hit the 25. Did you get tagged in? No. We've got about 20 more minutes until lunch hour. So we'll probably hang out until about lunch hour. Then we'll have to call it good. We don't want to be messing around in the lunch hour. Watch the lunch hour be popping. That's the way it goes. We mess around all morning. Then lunch hour comes and it's just popping. Get some follow through. Right now it's like no follow through. A lot of back and forth. Is struggling just to get 10 points. I mean, it kind of missed your target. I mean, it barely missed your entry, dude. He had 24. Did you take it off? Oh, no more momentum. Yeah. I'm still going to wait and see what happens with that 80 level. It looks like we have a lot of wicks sitting there at 95 too. All right. Do we finally touch the 400s? We've been waiting for at least 30 minutes to let the 400 get touched. Let's see, at least what, 5 minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Maybe 45 minutes. I think we started waiting on this 5 minutes or 1 hour chart. Or not 1 hour chart, but the 400 to get touched since about the 40s and 30s. And look how long, it's been 45 minutes and just barely moved 30 points. So it's been a definitely a grind today, guys. Definitely a grind. So our last setup that we're waiting on, if you're just joining us, is we were looking for long off the 400 a few minutes ago. But basically what happened is we missed our entry about 2 points. We had our resting order sitting at 401. We were thinking the 400s will at least get touched or maybe even a push into the 90s is kind of what I was looking for. And once that area got hit at the 403s and basically pushed back into the 40s, we no longer decided to take that trade because we know good and well there's still a lot of resting buy orders sitting at 400s. And the good old nasty Nas is probably going to run those things and probably push down into the 80s. And it's going to really suck if you're in heavy. So let's see what happens. Do we get the 400 touch or do we just sell on through? I mean, I guess we could stick one micro on there to tease it a little bit. And there's the 400 touch. Exactly the 400 touch. To me, I don't consider it a winning trade unless you get 10 points. So if it hits the 10 here, it would have been a winning trade. It looks like it's going to be a winning trade. No. Yep, it's got to. Come on. You're up 8 points. So I would have been at break even already. Once we got back above that 5, I would have went to break even. I don't think I would have got my 10 until we hit 11. I didn't have mine exactly sitting on the 400 here. It looks like it's going to move on up. All right. Would have been a winning 10-point trade. Man. Son of a bee. I just didn't have the boys to put it on there the third time down, but it would have paid your 10 points. Could have had 10 points and plus a runner here and see if we repush these 9s and 20s again. Woo, maybe there was just so much buying there that they just couldn't help it. There was a lot of buying pressure sitting there on top of those 400s. Don't tell me this thing's going to pay 20 points, man. That's going to be ridiculous. It definitely looks like the... So we're about to have a new 5-minute candle. So you may get a little pullback if we're going to continue higher. Then... I mean, back above 20s, we could... I don't think we'll run this because this may be a higher low. The only way I can... Even when you consider longs is, you know, you get back above these 40s. What? Back to the 45s again? Man, Outer, I can't believe this thing just paid 20 points again. There's 20 points because my entry would have been 401. Oh, I feel robbed. I feel robbed for the second time. That's just wrong. I know if I'd have put my order there, that damn thing would have sold through. That's the only thing about FOMC. It kind of messes with you trusting these areas just because of the price action. So it's so hard to trust these. Wow, 25 points. Dang. There's your 25 liquidity that you were talking about, Outer. I mean, heck, it's really in the, it's like little idiot box here. The next level that it could touch is that, I want to say 95. I think if you look to the left, I want to say 95 was another hit if you're trying to push it down to the 95s. Let's see. Where's the money? $22. Interesting. All right, guys, it's about that time of the day. We're going to call it quits because we're like 10 minutes away from the lunch hour, and we're definitely not going to trade in the lunch hour. So I think what we'll do is we'll come back at 1 o'clock and watch the FOMC, see what happens with that. Even though we probably won't take a trade, but it's always fun to come back and watch the craziness of the market at that time of the day. So like I said, we did not take a lot of trades today. I want to say we took two. We took one with the fundeds and one with the eval. So we were red in the funded with like 27 bucks. We kept a short, tight stop loss on it. Even though we were trying to short the 460s, I mean, no one can anticipate that we're going to sell down 60 points. I mean, you've been holding forever. And this was the candle we were trying to short here. So technically it was a failed candle. So basically this was the first 5-minute inside bar here. And this candle right here would have stopped you out because it broke down here. And so I didn't get short in on this push. I got short on this push here. And see how it pushed down about 5 points, then come back for pretty much a break even. And so that's pretty much how I lost the $27 this morning. But as you can see, the very next candle, we just continue selling and selling and selling. But we were being extra cautious, just being FOMC day. We didn't feel like getting our account chopped up or trying to dig ourselves out of our hole. Alrighty, thank you guys. Yeah, you too, Outer. Have a good day at work.